Trucker G here.
And Mrs. G.
Well, in our last series of videos, we've been talking about, steps to take to get your CDL. We talked to the family, we've got their support, and they're all on board, and we've made arrangements to take care of things while we're gone. We figured out what direction we're going to go for a school, whether it's going to be community college or it's going to be going with a company like Driver Solutions that's actually going to get you set up with a school, get it paid for, and actually get you placed into a company for when you graduate school. Well, with all that said and done, what we need to do next is we need to figure out where we're going to school. And Driver Solutions will tell you where they're going to place you in school, or you're going to handle it on your own. You're going to figure out where the school is. And a good chance is the school's going to be out of state, or it's going to be a little ways away from home, and you'll be staying in a motel.
Yeah.
With a company like Driver Solutions, they're going to put you up in the motel, and that's all going to be paid for. But what you do have to keep in mind is school's going to be 3 to 5 weeks. All depending on how fast you learn and how quickly you progress. So what you need to do is you need to bank some money up before you even go to school and have enough money to eat off of.
Yeah.
How much that is kind of depends on you, what you eat, what you're used to. I mean, I know people that have gone to school and live pretty frugal off just ramen,
Yeah, it can be done.
So talk with the company that's sponsoring you if you're not paying for it yourself. If you're paying for it yourself, then you've got to come up with so many dollars for so many days and figure out a budget is kind of what I'm getting at. Also, like I said, figure out what school you're going to. If it's going to be out of state, what you want to do is you want to find out from the school is if that state that you're going to go to the school in, if it recognizes a CDL permit. Because a good thing to do is get your permit before you even go to school. You're that much further ahead.
Yeah.
But make sure the state you're going to recognizes that permit. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself doing it all over again. You're going to wind up paying again.
Yeah, so check it out first so you don't have to do double the work.
Exactly, and pay double the money.
Oh, definitely.
So make sure you do that. Study. That's all I can say is study for that permit test. Don't worry about nothing else. Don't worry about that pre-trip. Don't worry about backing. Don't worry about driving. Study that permit test. Do everything in stages. If you're worried about backing and you haven't even got your permit test, well, then you're flooded your brain with things you don't even need to know yet.
First things first.
So, baby steps. Take them in order. Get that permit. Once you got that permit, study like crazy on that pre-trip.
Oh yeah.
Once you get into school, that first week, more than likely it's going to be classroom time, and they're going to be going over a lot of the stuff for the permit. Even though you already got yours, you're that much further ahead. It frees up your mind to learn some of the other stuff that they're going to be teaching you in that first week also, and not worrying about that permit test. You know what I mean? As far as once you hit the pad and you start doing backing and start doing driving and all that, my best suggestion to you and advice to you is do not expect too much. A lot of people go to these schools and they're expecting to leave this school a truck driver. I'm here to tell you right now, when you leave that school, you are not going to be a truck driver. You are going to be a CDL holder. And it will take years before you can classify yourself as a truck driver. I'm still learning to this day, and that's 29 years, guys. So don't expect too much. Those schools are there to teach you to get your CDL.
Yes.
If they start flooding your brain with all this other information, then that 3 to 5 week course is going to turn into a year's course to get you to be proficient in what you need to do out here. It's going to be months at a time. Their job is to get you that CDL, get you with the company that will put you with the trainer to give you the experience. That is where you're going to learn most of your stuff, is with the trainer. That's where you should learn most of your stuff, should I say. Do not expect too much out of the school. While you're out there, listen closely. Don't be playing grab the next guy. I'm trying to be nice. Don't be messing around.
Focused.
Don't be messing around. Focus on what's going on.
Yes.
It's not a game. It's your life. It's what your family depends on. It's going to feed your family. And if you don't have a family, it's going to feed you and feed your future family. So it's very imperative you get in there and get out of there. Learn everything you can while you can. Appreciate you watching, and y'all be careful out there. If you have any questions, hit us up on Facebook, and I'll be glad to give you a call and answer any questions you have.
Bye, guys.
See ya.